It's college football this week on 93.1 The Ticket.
On the last play of regulation, chucks it to the end zone.
All the college football news in 1 hour.
He's got a little room down the sideline. Speed! Yeah! Not going to catch him!
Brought to you by Beef O'Brady's Restaurant at the corner of Eagle Road and Overland. Proud sponsor of the Beef O'Brady's Bowl. Beef O'Brady's. Good food. Good sports.
It hit the upright. No good. Time has expired.
Coming up, get an update on the University of Hawaii job. Stephen Tsai will check in from the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. University of Texas offensive coordinator Brian Harsin on life there at UT, getting ready for a bowl game. And what was it like without Kellen? Shortly, though, Dirty McSurdy. Caleb McSurdy, the former Bora High Lion, is a All-American linebacker at the University of Montana. He's also been named the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. The Griz prepare now to square off with Sam Houston, and they will be playing on ESPN this Friday night. Montana runs the ball quite well. Sam Houston has a tremendous defense, second-ranked in FCS football. But Caleb has had quite the career at the University of Montana. 6'1", 240-pounder. As I said, from Bora, has played quite well. It's now been recognized. And so I started with the basics and how he made the decision out of high school to attend the University of Montana.
It came down to most of the bigger bowl division schools were just going to ask me to walk on, and I ended up getting offered scholarships by a number of the Big Sky schools. And, you know, once you start doing your homework on who's who in the Big Sky, Montana jumps out. You know, they gave me the opportunity to come in and play linebacker where some other teams thought I'd be more of a tight end or a fullback or things like that. So Montana's the winning tradition kind of paired with the opportunity to play linebacker was, you know, obviously too good to pass up. And they allowed me to do track in the off season. So it was a perfect fit.
Are you keeping up with your track and field? I noticed that, you know, you continued in throwing the discus and the shot in 2009. Did you continue last season and this season, or will you this spring?
Yeah, I will this spring. What they did was they redshirted me last year, indoor and outdoor, so that I could compete this indoor and outdoor season. And then, again, depending on what happens with some things, I can have that extra year of eligibility for track when I'm done playing football. So it really worked out well, and I have a couple different options of finishing out my career at Montana, and when the time comes, I'll just have to see which one fits best. But, yeah, that redshirt year really helped me focus on get better at football throughout the spring and things like that, and kind of gave me that extra year where if I want to, I can just do track and kind of put all my effort into that.
You know, looking up and down the roster there in Montana, you know, I think by reputation, and you tell me, Caleb, that it's a school dominated by kids from the state of Montana. But I look at, you know, you've got Walden out of Capital. I think another one of your teammates is out of Capital. There's California, Hawaii, Oregon, up and down. I mean, I'm sure by reputation people may think that, but it's really much different than that at the school, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, there's still a great core group of those Montana guys that they just take so much pride in going to school here and being a part of it. And, you know, the people that come from outside the state of Montana, we quickly learn how much it means to play here and how much it means for the fans and the state, and obviously the rivalry with the Montana State Bobcats. And you pick it up quick, you know, and if you don't, you know, you're going to have a rough time here. So it's been a situation where new people come in, but, you know, there's still one way of doing it that hasn't changed for a long time here, and everybody buys in, and it's a unique culture here and a unique atmosphere, and I love playing here.
Well, you've played well, of course. The Big Sky's Defensive Player of the Year, which you found out by text, right? Isn't that how you found that out? And we're debating a little bit today about how Todd Graham, the former head coach at Pitt, told his players that he was taking off to Arizona State. He did it by text. My argument is that's how you guys communicate now. If you want to reach everybody at once, that's probably the best way to do it. Or do you think you'd prefer that he chase everybody down or put them all in a room or whatever?
You know, I think it may be a situation where the head coach leaving may be apples and oranges compared to if you got a little postseason accolade, but I would say in the case of the players, I mean, we do it all by text messages. You know, if coaches are going to change a meeting time or you got to come in and get a list at a certain time or whatever, it's all, you know, they hit that mass text button on their phone and boom, everybody's on page one. So I think it works too, but boy, if a head coach were leaving, I'd at least want to talk to him on the phone or visit with him face to face. That's kind of a tough one.
Well, how about the All-American? I don't know that you expected something like that. You never know, but here you are, a All-American linebacker. How did that take you by surprise?
You know, it did. It did to a certain degree. Probably not as big a surprise as getting that Player of the Year award. But when that happened, it was kind of like, wow, you know, maybe people are kind of recognizing the season I've been having, and you know, more so than anything. And I mean this in all honesty, is it wouldn't mean a lot if I got the Player of the Year and All-American and we weren't in the playoffs trying to win a national championship. And just the fact that it came together and some of these awards are going along with such an awesome year where, you know, we're one win away from going to play for a national championship. It just has far exceeded my expectations, and certainly happy and honored to get those awards and be a part of such an awesome team this year.
Hey, Caleb, looking at what your coach, Pflugrad, challenged you to do, and that was improve your speed. By all accounts, it looks like that was successful. Did you drop weight, or did you just concentrate on taking better angles and just getting faster?
Yeah, you know, I didn't really concentrate too much on the weight. You know, throughout the summer, I continued to lift pretty hard, and actually ended up gaining about 8 pounds over the summer while getting faster. And I think it came down to just every day of that summer conditioning program. It's all just a test of how hard are you going to push yourself? Are you going to take it to the max? Are you going to make everyone count? And that's not to say I didn't before, but there was just a little extra added emphasis because Coach Pflugrad sat me down and said, look, here's what you have to do. And he told me, you know, I needed to do that, and it would help me make more plays. It wasn't just like, oh, you're too slow and you're bugging me. You know, it's like, I want you to get faster so you can make 3 or 4 more tackles a year or per game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I got it, and I realized what I had to do, and I just kept working. And we have an awesome strength and conditioning program, and our head coach, our strength coach, he pushes us in the summer. And so I just came to work every day. I didn't miss a single conditioning or weight session in the summer, and just focused on it. And I think I did improve a little bit.
Caleb McSurdy is the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year at the University of Montana. He's from Bora High School, now an All-American, and headed to play Sam Houston State in the FCS semifinal game for Montana, which will be an ESPN broadcast. Interesting game. I mean, you guys run the ball so well, and Sam Houston has a great defense. What about their offense and what you're going to face?
Sam Houston is a very dynamic offense. They do primarily kind of an option offense from the shotgun, and while some of their skilled players aren't the biggest guys in the world, they've got speed and they've got great moves. They'll make you miss, and so their running game and their offense should get a ton of attention because they put a ton of points on the board, and it goes along with that stingy defense. And that, you know, there's a reason why they're the top seeded and number 1 team in the country, and why they haven't lost the football game this year. So, you know, the more film you watch, the more you realize, wow, this is a dangerous offense. You've got to be on your P's and Q's assignment-wise, and you've got to tackle well. And that's like going to be the big emphasis for us playing these guys.
Hey, Caleb, noticed in some of my notes here that your teammates have nicknamed you Dirty. Where'd that come from? Dirty McSurdy?
Yeah, well, that came from my freshman year at fall camp, and the older linebackers, just to kind of break up the monotony of camp, you know, they tell the freshmen to come to stretch with a joke to tell, and obviously the dirtier or the raunchier the better. And you know, I'm not going to tell you what the joke was, but it wasn't PG, and so I told it, and they're like, "Oh, that's dirty, you dirty McSurdy." And the first time someone said those 2 words together, it was over. And
that's good. I like it.
Yeah, and then it just kind of stuck on, and a lot of the fans like it and stuff like that, which is fine. And I'm not a dirty player. I think I just play physically, but that's just something I've got, the nickname, and boy, I don't even know when the last time someone's called me Caleb. It just doesn't happen a lot. When I go home, I'm Caleb to everybody, and it's kind of weird the first couple of days. It's like, who are you talking, me, and now I guess it's kind of a term of endearment with some people.
Yeah, now you've got these games ahead of you, and I'm certain you'd like to get your degree put away in communication. You've done quite well there with a 3.2 GPA, and you'd like a shot at the NFL, I would assume, and I don't know if you've given that much thought, or have you?
I have. I've talked to several agents, and, the interest is there. I mean, us smaller school guys, it's always an uphill battle, and all you can ask for is an opportunity. And, I think I will get one, and what I do with it is up to me and up to some circumstances. But, right now, again, I'm more focused on beating Sam Houston State and trying to finish my career here. And whatever happens after this will happen, and I'm just taking it one step at a time.
Good luck to you. It'll be fun to watch you guys Friday night. I hope things work out for the Griz.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.